Hey, welcome, good morning, and welcome to Manhood Mondays with Coach Ellis. I am Coach Ellis, and I am spending just a few moments this morning, as I do it every Monday morning, talking to men about man issues, how to be a better father, how to be a better husband, how to be a better provider, how to be a better man of faith. And I'm excited to be here. As you know, I'm in a different background. I am actually in Tampa, Florida this morning. So I'm coming in a little late because it's been a long flight, but I'm in Tampa, Florida on some business. But I wanted to take some time to talk to you on Manhood Monday. You know, I was challenged this morning with this idea of being disconnected. So Paul, what this person really said is, what would you do if you could not use your cell phone for a day? Damien, what would you do if your wife or your significant other said, "Give me your phone. I just want you disconnected"? And it got me to thinking. As you know, my first thought was, you gotta be out of your mind. There is no way I'm going to become disconnected. And then it hit me. So often as men, we are disconnected to the people and connected to the process. So here's what happened. Have you ever been at a place and you're having a conversation and you zone out because you're playing your Sudoku on your cell phone, or you zoned out, a lady has someone zone out on you when they're having a conversation. We have a conversation with them because they're playing on the game, or they're on Facebook, or they're doing something on the cell phone. So Damien, this happens all the time, and so often the only thing worse than not being there is actually being there and not being there. So often as men, we're connected to our jobs, we're connected to our environment, we're connected to the things that go on in our lives, that we're not connected to the people who are in there. So on this Manhood Monday, I want to challenge us. Hey, set a day and don't tell people that you're going to get off your cell phone. Don't give people any warning. Go and just give your cell phone to your wife or your significant other. I suggest your wife. If you don't have a significant other, give your cell phone to one of your kids and say, "I am disconnected." Now, here's a problem, if I'm honest about it. So I suffer from FOMO, the fear of missing out. And it's not that somebody would call me or text me, but I have news articles that come there. I got Facebook posts that show up. Folks are asking me for coaching. And I have a fear that if I lose my phone, that I'll lose opportunities. But here's what I found out. That if it's for me, I won't necessarily miss it. The timing might not be what I want, but the timing will be what it needs. So Clarissa, hey, Conch, one of the things that we really have to make sure we do is that we stay connected to the people and not connected to our devices. Now, I know men, somebody's looking at me, giving me the side eye, going like, "Have you lost your mind?" And here's what I want to submit to you on this day, Juanita, on this day, is that we cannot be the people we are designed to be. We cannot be the men God created us to be by disconnecting with people and connecting with things. So I'm going to experiment with this, and I won't tell y'all how it worked out, because in the words of a friend of mine, I'm scared of what's going to happen when I come disconnected. But I have to believe this, Brenda. I have to believe that being disconnected from disconnected from the devices and connecting with the people in my life has to have benefits. Now, men, we are great men. And part of our affirmations we talked about last week was what we're going to affirm. But here's what I would tell you. When we say we are great husbands and our wives are the center of our lives, that cannot be if they are second to our cell phones and tablets and laptops. We say our children are our priorities, and we go to their ball games, go to their recitals, constantly tweeting and Facebooking. They don't have our attention. And when we say we're at work and we are men of integrity, men of honor in our workplaces, but yet we're spending our time on all and all the different electronic devices except for what our job calls for. We have to do better. And while nobody else may know, nobody else may catch on, there's an intrinsic value on the inside knowing that we have ramped up our integrity meters. So with that in mind, the manhood moment for today is disconnect from the devices and connect with the people who are important to you. Hey, here's our affirmation. Our affirmation is, I am a real man. I am relevant to my wife and my children. I will remain faithful to them because my family is worth fighting for. I empower those around me to seek out greatness because from within, what is in me comes out, and I am designed for greatness. I am authentic to who God made me because whether they like me or they don't, God has approved me as I am, and that is enough. And I live a life worth leaving as a legacy. It is from my example that generations will see what a real man looks like. That's our affirmation for today. I am a real man. I am relevant, empowered, authentic, and legacy leaving. Until next week, have a one-tabulous Monday morning. If you need to reach me at coach@elliscrum.net. Give me your comments, your thoughts, your ideas, or catch me on Facebook at Coach Ellis. But until next week, I'm enjoying Tampa. I'll be back in Hampton Roads next week. Have a one-tabulous Manhood Monday. God bless you. Bye-bye.